This is Rich, Hot, and Free. Welcome back to another episode of Rich, Hot, and Free. I'm Jill Stanton. Guys, we did it. We made it through to 2026. And I don't know about you, but I am fired up and ready to straight up kill it this year. God damn. I am so happy to be in 2026. I'm so happy to be back in Thailand, back in the Babe Cave, and kicking off this new year with you guys and this fired up energy. I swear I have craved this frequency for so long, and I am just like relishing in the fact that it feels very active for me. So I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like the numerology year, or maybe it's the fact that my entire freaking life shifted and transitioned and realigned in 2025. But I feel so on fire, and I am so clear on the year that I want to have and the energy that I want to bring and just the brand, how I want it to go and the life that I want to live. So I wanted to share 18 things I'm going to be doing in 2026 to become my richest, hottest, freest self yet. So, you know, just a few things that I'm going to be weaving into my life. 18. So let's kick it off. And let's kick it off with rich. Okay. So the first is I'm going to be stacking and investing cash. This is an enormous priority for me this year. Given that this is the first time I've been single in 16 freaking years, I am hyper focused on stacking and investing the hell out of cash. So for clarity, I feel like it's important to say this. Like, we've been investing for years, but for me, that just got chopped in half. So now I really have a fire under my ass to see what I can make happen for myself. Also, I'm very aware that like wealth building is a long-term game. And also, I love a challenge to see how fast I can grow it. And one lesson that I'm so happy that I learned years ago is wealth isn't what you make, it's what you keep and grow. Not just keep, it's what you keep and grow. And, you know, quote unquote, being good with money means giving it somewhere powerful to go and tapping into that like beautiful compound effect that happens when you stay consistent and you stay in the game and you play the long game. So that's the first one. I'm going to be stacking cash and investing it and becoming a rich motherfucker again. The second one is I'm going to be continuing to use my subliminal audios to really lean into passive identity recoding. Look, I am a beast at identity work. I am not intimidated by emotions and peeling away the layers and the things that no longer serve me. And after last year, I'm no longer afraid to really go to bat for myself and ask for everything that I want. And also, I love a good lazy girl way of compounding that identity work and adding fuel to the fire without really having to like, quote unquote, do more for it or work more on it. So enter subliminals. I've talked about this before on a previous episode, maybe a couple episodes, but I love subliminal audios. Like, I'm fucking obsessed with them. I love that they bypass your subconscious brain and they go they bypass your conscious brain and they go directly into your subconscious brain, which is where your beliefs are held. So I've been using them for about 3 months now, and I noticed such a difference already. Like, I'm doing things that I wasn't doing before. I'm making moves. I'm showing up in a more savage way. Like, I'm making way more money, and I just feel this like sense of magnetism, and I notice all these like beautiful little universe winks almost every single day, and I just feel like I'm in this like magnetic zone for clients and cash and opportunities right now. So I'm definitely going to continue listening to those. I listen to them every single day on my walks. I listen to them while I'm working or while I'm cooking, if I'm not listening to like a coaching call or a book or something like that. And I know that I've mentioned this before, but I'm going to say it again because I truly believe that you need it. I have created a whole vault of subliminal audios. It's called Coded, and there are 16, is it 16? Yeah, currently 16 subliminals in there with more coming. I price it at an absolute no-brainer price. It's $111 because I deeply believe that you need this. So if you want to grab that, it's jillstanton.com/vault, or you can tap the link in the show notes and tap into the energy of lazy girl manifesting. All right. The next one is I'm going to be investing in coaches who match my values and my fire. So I recently joined this dude, Sean Whalen's coaching membership. It's called the Lion's Den. So right away, yes, please. Which like, I'm so obsessed with his vibe. His brand is called Lions Not Sheep. Guys, come on. If there was a more perfect match for me, it would be that one. Like, I love that energy. I don't know what it is, but I'm just deeply, deeply craving someone who is just direct as fuck and savage in their coaching like I am. That's how I coach my clients. And I haven't found any women yet who are that direct or that savage in their coaching. I mean, if you know anyone, please hit me up and tell me. I would love to work with a woman like that. But I feel like in our space, there's like this soft girl vibe right now. And I want the fucking opposite of that. I want zero soft things right now. Like soft launches, no, pass. Like soft coaches, fucking hard pass on that. Soft content and marketing and sales processes, blah, blah, blah. I want someone who won't hold space for my nonsense, who won't hold space for my limits, just like I do for my clients. And I want savagery this year. Like, I want to see what I'm truly capable of when I play full out. And I want to see how fucking big we can go when I play to really win. So that's what I'm investing in this year. And I want expansive rooms. Like, your comfort zone equals your wealth zone. And so I really want to blow this up for myself this year. I really want to blow my own fucking mind this year. So I want to be in rooms that call me up to a higher level, and increasing my proximity to women who are expanders like that and who want to win is like my utmost priority. And investing in coaches who match that vibe is my utmost priority. Another move I'm going to be making is operating and planning 90 days at a time. I really struggle with planning a whole year out in advance. Like, I'm super impressed if you can do that and stay with it. I don't even know who I'm going to fucking be in 6 months from now, or what will feel alive for me, or what will feel active for me at that time. So I honestly can't imagine committing to a launch or an offer that's going down in Q3. So for the first time, literally ever, I'm not doing any long-term planning, and I'm giving myself the permission to move 90 days at a time and follow my zings. That's how I think, at least, I'm my most lethal. And I'm really feeling into a year of doing it my way and following my gut instead of other people's fucking ideas on how I should grow my business based on what's working for them. So I'll keep you guys in the loop on how that all goes, but I'm really zinging with that idea. All right, the fifth move is I'm going to close down offers that no longer feel like me. So I had a big realization about this about a month ago, because Josh and I have worked together, or had worked together, for like 13 plus years and built all of our brands together, including the beginning of the JS brand. Okay, so we created things for that brand that we thought were smart together. But as we're closing the chapter on our marriage, I've realized that I really outsourced a lot of the direction of this brand to him and what he thought was smart and strategic. Okay. And let me be clear, I'm so fucking deeply grateful for him and his insight and his ideas and like how he thinks. It's so different to me. Okay. Like, he's so structured and logical in his approach. And I'm so grateful for everything that we've built for this brand over the last 12 months. But I've also come to realize that that wasn't truly me. And so this year, the only things I'm going to be pouring my energy into are the things that allow me to be my most lethal and of the highest service to my clients and to the women who find their way into my world and into my containers and into my offers. So I have a lot of proximity offers that'll be rolling out. And that will be like short intensives to 3-month things to full proximity of 6 or 12 months. I'm also going to be opening up a container that is built around me being able to gel to my heart's content. And if this is the first time you're hearing the concept of gelling, this was coined by my clients, and it's essentially Jill yelling. Okay, which basically means like savage but loving kicks in the pants in service of your highest alignment. And like, straight up, it's my favorite thing to do. So I'll be sure to share more as we get closer to that, but I am lit the F up about it because I have spent so many years subscribing to the belief that proximity isn't scalable and it's not a smart business move. And I love that for everyone else preaching that. But it's the thing I love so much. And I truly believe that clinging to what used to work is one of the most expensive mistakes that you can make in your business, especially if your heart isn't fully in it. So that's another one of my moves this year. And I've already had 8 new women enroll into different proximity offers over the last month, maybe 5 weeks now. And the magic that we're making and the conversations that we're having is just fucking next level. So that's one. Actually, I shouldn't say that's one, that's 5. So number 6 is I'm going to be keeping my team lean and mean AF. I don't know about you guys, but I've had a big team before and I fucking hated it. No offense to people who love big teams. I know some people love it, but it ain't me. And so I am just really highly committed to keeping my team lean and mean right now. So currently it's just me and my number 2, Lynn, and we move at warp speed and I am obsessed with it. I also deeply, deeply value women who move fast and are resourceful as fuck and are solutions oriented and operate with just like this F it, I'll figure it out kind of mentality. And that is Lynn to a T, and I love her for it. So I'll also, of course, like use some contractors, obviously, here and there, but my core team will be tiny and I'm just so vibing with that idea. Okay, number 7, I'm going to learn how to run my own ads. So I've resisted this for so long, but I feel a real zing around having that level of control in my business. So for years, I had either Josh running my ads or our amazing ads manager, Amanda. But now I'm really transitioning that relationship with Amanda to Amanda teaching me how to run ads. So she has this sick one-on-one coaching option for this that is probably more affordable than it should be, but don't tell her I told you that. Well, I told her that. But if you want the intro to her before she raises her rates, let me know, because she's got her finger on the pulse of paid traffic and she's so smart and she has this like huge heart for helping online experts run their own paid traffic and get, you know, like really get around the heavy retainers and the big percentage of ad spend that a lot of us have to pay when we work with ads managers. Plus, I love the idea of being able to execute campaigns like as fast as I want without waiting on like turnaround times or having conversations around managing expectations. So again, I'll be sure to keep you guys in the loop on what I learn and how I learn it and how it's going, because ads can be like freaking rocket fuel and I refuse to do everything organically. Now, I refuse because I love money and speed. So that's my move around amplifying my work and really creating more money and momentum for the business and for my offers and getting my stuff out there more. All right. So that's all of my rich moves. Now on to my hot moves. So the 8th move I'm going to be making this year is really, this feels daring, opening myself up to flirting again and really anchoring into magnetism again and talking to men again. That feels so daring to say. So this feels scary to share, but I'm also kind of excited for it. Like I had a dude say hello to me while I was in Dubai and I legit ran away like a scared little bitch. And he was so hot. So that's embarrassing. But now I feel more at ease and more aligned with the completion of my marriage. And with that comes new energy again around flirting and getting dressed up and playing in my feminine magic. And so I was talking to a girlfriend of mine about this the other day because both of us are just very clear on what we want to call in for our next partner. And we were saying that, you know, it might take a minute to find someone of that caliber because what we want is like the 1% of the 1%. So instead of just sitting around and doing nothing or staying at home all the time like I currently do because I'm such a homebody, I'm going to go be around people again. And what a novel concept. And like smile and flirt and talk to people and just see what opens up for me again. So again, I'll definitely keep you guys in the loop on that. I feel like there are definitely episodes in my future around like love and dating and polarity and all of that juicy stuff. So keep your eyes out for that one. All right. The next one is pouring into reformer Pilates and staying consistent with that every single week. I know that might sound like a weird one, but not only does reformer Pilates make you fit and lean and strong as fuck, but the way it shapes and tones your body is just like chef's kiss. And I have a lot of bombshell energy that I want to anchor into this year. And that is one of the most no-brainer ways to do that, in my opinion. And then outside of Pilates is just really staying consistent with like my lake walks that I go on across the street. I have a beautiful lake basically right over there and right over there. And I really have no excuses for why I'm not putting in the reps. So another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do rollerblading. I saw a reel of the other day and it just looked so fun and free and playful. And I was like, yep. So I went to the sports store and I got skates for me and Kai, and we're going to learn how to roller skate and live our best lives, or like rollerblade and live our best lives. Plus I ain't mad at the like leg and ass workout that you get with it. Okay. Another one, number 10, is I'm really going to prioritize being hot. So I know that sounds so wild to say. I was actually just talking to a client of mine about this, and she told me that she listened to one of my episodes. I think it must be in the Broke Woman Mindset episode. But in that episode, I say that you should prioritize being hot. And she told me how much that initially triggered her. But once she thought about it, she was like, hell yeah, I want to be hot. And so now she's taking certain actions that align with that intention and getting hot or hotter. Because here's the thing, when you feel hot, you show up better. I don't care what anyone says. It's fucking true. When you feel hot, when you believe you're hot, you show up more and you show up better and you show up more powerfully and in your magnetism. Now, to clarify, I'm not saying that you have to be dressed to the nines all day, okay? Absolutely not. But take care of yourself. Take care of your body. Take care of your skin. Dress up when you want to dress up. Wear makeup when you want to. Do your hair. You know what I mean? Like, pour into yourself. Do the work to feel even hotter than you feel now. I swear, it'll make you so much more money in your business. All right, numero 11. I am upgrading the Babe Cave, which is my condo, PS. And my thinking behind this is I spend so much freaking time in this place. And so I want it to feel its absolute sexiest. Like, I want it to just ooze magnetism and magic and sexiness and swankiness and coziness. So I'm getting new lighting. I'm getting cuter accessories and new rugs and new bed sheets and more plants and better patio furniture, and I'm making it just like the swankiest little spot that I can for while I'm here before I upgrade my place again. And the reason for this is because I honestly believe if your space doesn't expand you or inspire you, then it's probably costing you money and energy and enthusiasm. And I just really ain't available for that vibe anymore. All right. So that's another one. All right. The next move, number 12, is I'm really focused on living my 2026 intention of awe this year. That's my word. And to me, awe is an energy of abundance. Okay. When you're in awe of your life, you attract more things to be in awe of. When you're in awe of who you are as a person, you call in people who are an energetic match to that vibe. When you are in awe of your work, you call more people into your offers, right? When you're in awe, you vibrate higher and you glow differently. And I fucking want that. And so I'm going to focus on creating and basking in and staying anchored in as much awe as I possibly can this year. And I'm excited to see what that alignment or what that intention calls in for me this year. All right. So I think that's all of my hot moves. Let's move on to free. So the 13th move I'm going to be making this year is letting myself be misunderstood. God damn. This used to be one of my biggest fears. This and like a fear of judgment and rejection and criticism. And I don't know if it's because I'm a manifester or just a woman who wants her message to just deeply resonate, but it used to hold me back so much because I didn't want to be misunderstood or have my words used against me. But what I've come to realize over the last year and beyond is that the people who get it, like especially in my world, really get it. And those are really the only people that I care about or want to work with. And everyone else right now, at least, just feels like noise. And also I feel like if everyone understands you, then you're probably not really saying anything polarizing or meaningful. I know that probably sounds rude, but like I have a lot to say this year. So I'm really trying to lean into this one and really trust myself to hold my power, even if people misunderstand me or project their shit onto me. Okay? So that's another one. The 14th move is really leaning into more hard conversations in service of my highest alignment. So 2025 was pretty fucking enormous for me in this respect, to be honest. But now I'm experiencing this like beautiful compound effect of like, well, if I can have that conversation and hold my power, then I can definitely have this conversation. You know what I mean? Like I'm stacking courage. I'm compounding courage. I also walked away from my trip to Canada over Christmas with the belief that anytime I truly speak authentically and stay grounded in my values, things work out for me. And so I'm really taking that into 2026 and will be really doubling down on it. So brace yourselves. Another one. Okay, number 15 is really leaning into and reclaiming the label of too much. So I've had a couple experiences over the last few weeks or so where a few different people have expressed to me how I'm too much of something. Too bold or too opinionated or too loud or too ambitious or too different or too political or too bossy. And I've really had to sit with that for a bit because straight up, like honestly, it took the wind out of me for a minute until I realized like, wait, too much for who? Too much for the people who aren't in the fucking ring going after something that matters to them? Too much for the people who, I don't know, refuse to think critically about certain issues and ask better questions? I don't know, like too much for the ones who don't want a lot out of life? Nah. Like too much for the ones who don't speak up for themselves? If that's who I'm too much for, then good. I want to be too much for those people because they don't match my future. And I'm fucking taking that label back of being too much. And I'm just owning it from here on out. Okay, let me take a sip of my water. And ever since I made that decision, I really, well, it's called out a lot of me, but I feel really good. Like, hell yeah, I'm too much. Hell yes, I'm ambitious. Hell yes, I have high standards. Hell yes, I have strong opinions and values. Hell yes, I'll have hard conversations. Because straight up, in my opinion, the world fucking needs more women who are bold and audacious and aren't afraid to go for it and play full out, because that's how we change the fucking world. And if you can't handle it, then maybe there's some work for you to do there. Maybe it's not about me, but more about you and your discomfort around women who are big and in their power and aren't afraid to be all of themselves. So, that was a bit spicy, but that's the vibe for that one. I feel very fired up about that one, to be honest. All right, number 16. This one kind of tags onto the vibe of being too much, but I'm really gonna start being unapologetic and clear and true to my values and what I really believe. So I've mentioned this a couple times, but I hold a lot of red pill beliefs. And I think that sometimes for those of us who think differently than mainstream, we're tempted to hide that because we don't want the outrage or the labels. I think that's what it is. But I'm over that now. Like, people can call me whatever the fuck they want. I am so unconcerned with that now. Also, a lot of my clients have opposite beliefs to me, and we still thrive together. So I know it's not a deal breaker with people who can hold their power and realize that not everyone has to believe the same shit that they believe. So I don't know, please expect more of that to be infused into my work and into the things that I speak up about. Or if I sprinkle a little politics in here and there, don't act surprised, because I fucking love talking about politics. And I realize that I don't, because I don't know, like I said, I just don't care for the outrage. But now I'm okay with the outrage. So I'll likely share things when they feel aligned. And I don't know, man. I love that for me. All right. So my 17th move is I am going to decrease my proximity from low vibe people. Now, if I'm really real with myself, I'm already pretty good at this, and I have pretty high standards for who I spend time with and who I give my energy to. But now I'm really gonna dial that in even more in service of just, I don't know, man, like having more authentic connections with people who energize me versus drain me. Like, I will not hang around with complainers or people who don't take responsibility for their lives or their dreams or their circumstances. Like, I truly only want to be around people or invest my time in people who are expansive thinkers and who want to live a big life in whatever way feels aligned to them. For so long, I battled against this because I didn't want to be like mean or rude or stuck up. But I realized that when I hang out with misaligned people, I do such a disservice to them as well as myself because I'm really not my most authentic self. I'm really not my highest and brightest with them. So they get like a shitty version of me. Remember, I think this is important to say, like, you're allowed to outgrow people, and hanging on to relationships out of guilt or obligation does zero service to anyone. Okay, so that's another move I'm going to make. And then my final one, number 18, is doing whatever the fuck I want, when I want, however I want to do it. So for me, this really looks like testing out, well, at least the first one is like testing out a free experience again. Okay. I have my first one going down at the end of January. It's called Resurrected, Becoming the Woman Who Wins in 2026. So I'll put the link in the show notes, but the link is also just jillstanton.com/resurrected if you want to grab your free spot. And I'm excited for this because it is a free 90-minute activation or like transmission where we go deep into the identity of becoming a woman who wins at a bigger level than ever before. And this is the first time I've done anything for free in 6 years. Like, how insane is that? But I just deeply feel like this is a message that a lot of people need to hear. And so I'm making it free. Now, if you've been around these parts for longer than this episode, you've likely heard me rant about how deeply opposed I was to doing anything for free. And I don't know, who knows? Maybe after this one, I'll be like, oh yeah, guys, free is not the move for me. But I don't know. I just feel like such a zing around getting my work and my activations in front of more people. So we're going to test that out. And I just feel like, I don't know, I finally feel like I feel free enough for big visibility. I think for so long I shied away from that because I didn't have the courage or the power to hold other people's projections, like from angry people on the internet. But I'm so over that now. And all I want is eyeballs on my work. Plus, I just truly believe that when you're authentically yourself and people can see that you're unbothered by their opinions or you're unavailable for their bullshit, like they don't really fuck with you because they know it won't really go anywhere. So at least that's what I'm telling myself. So that's the final move I'm going to make. I'm really opening myself up to bigger visibility this year and being fully expressed and doing whatever the fuck I want to do in my business for, well, I don't want to say for once, but really anchoring into that. Because if you think about this, I guarantee you, the ones that you pay the most attention to online are fully themselves. They're fully expressed. They are like all of themselves. And they are unconcerned with what strangers on the internet think about how they grow or run their business. And that's the vibe. I don't just want for myself, but I want for you as well. Like, I want you to be fully yourself. I want you to feel like you can be fully expressed. I want you to feel fully confident in yourself and ready to fucking kill it this year. So, like I said, if you're anchoring into that energy for this year, then I would love to have you come join me for Resurrected. Like I said, it's a free 90-minute activation or transmission, essentially like a sermon, but not religious. So it's designed to help you become the one who wins bigger than ever in 2026. I know 2025 was like real hard for a lot of us. But this year we're shaking that shit off and we are stepping out of the sad bear energy and directly into just the savage energy of the woman who wins, because that's just who she is now. So if you want to join me for that, go to jillstanton.com/resurrected. Like I said, the link is also going to be in the show notes. And if you are one of the bad bitches, then you'll also join the VIP experience as well. So the free experience will have replay access for 48 hours only. The VIP experience gets you full replay access plus a whole hot seats session plus more sexy bonuses. Like, this is going to be so fun. I can't fucking wait to see who finds their way into this. I don't know if you can hear the hammering literally outside of my door, but please excuse that if you can. Let me just say, 2026 is going to be fucking enormous, chicks. I just know it. So thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you for kicking off the year with me. If something in this episode landed for you, I want to hear about it. Shoot me a DM on IG at I am Jill Stanton and tell me what resonated with you. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.